Hello everybody, and before you watch this DIY craft tutorial, please remember to like and subscribe. Okay everybody, so today's video is going to be a tutorial on how I made this absolutely beautiful bow craft. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So if you want to know how I made it, stick around and watch. Essentially, it is just these beautiful origami bows that I know how to make. And I just bought different craft paper, stuck them on the canvas, and now I've got a piece of art that I can hang in my home that I made completely with my own two hands. So not all artwork has to be painted. I really like it, but enjoy. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna want to do is to decide on your canvas. Now I wanted a skinny one. I couldn't find the thin like boards in this size, so I had to go for a normal average canvas. So this is what we're working with. I'm going to be hanging my artwork this way, so yeah, that's what we're currently working with. And then here are our little bows. Now I've been making origami bows probably since I was, I don't know, 16. I saw tutorial ones on Pinterest and I've been doing them ever since. So I decided to cut off the little legs and to make it a bow so that the little legs didn't interfere with me sticking things on the canvas. I'll show you how I make one. This is by no means a tutorial. So for those of you looking for a tutorial, this is not it. I would say probably the biggest thing of doing this kind of craft is the measuring, and even that's not that serious. So if I take the paper, so you're going to measure out what how big you want the bow. Now to get this size, which is relatively big, I mean that's my hand for reference, this is one of the biggest sizes that I've ever made. So to get that size, you're going to need to do 20 centimeters. So you measure it 20 centimeters, and then you just got to make like a square. So there's your square. Then you just need to cut it out. Okay, then once you've cut it out and you've got your rough square, what you're going to do now is, with the good side facing down, you now do all of your different folds. Okay, so then once you folded it in all of the different ways, you then just have to push everything together to make one diamond. Okay, so this one was a little finicky, but eventually I got there, and now you've got your square or your diamond. Now you're going to fold the top corner of the diamond. This will determine how big this part of your bow is, the middle part. So you can fold it as big or as small as you like. I don't know, I just eyeball it at this point. And then you fold it like that, okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to then fold this paper along those lines. Okay, so you're going to sort of get it to crumple, this now top bit to crumple in on itself. That's what you want. Okay, and you're just going to gently guide it in. Like I said, this is not a tutorial. And then what you need to do now is you now need to fold both sides down. You can either measure it like I was with the ruler, or you can do what I do, which is, you can see there's a seam in the paper. You just fold the wings down to the seam. Hopefully without tearing your paper too much. And then you do the other side. Okay, so now you've got both sides folded. Now what you're going to do is you're going to open it up to the good side, and you'll see there in the center, there's your little bow, the middle of your bow. So you just need to flatten it out so that it looks like this. And then you want to softly flatten out the middle. As you can see there, it's quite puffed. Okay, so that's how it looks now. Now you're going to cut, and this is where people get on at me and say, it's not real origami. And those people can really go jump. You know, go do a binky around the yard. So what I now do is you have to cut along the seam where the star is. So you're going to cut here, because you can see there's the seam, and you do that on all four corners. Okay, so then once it's cut, it's gonna obviously look like this. Now what you do is you glue these two sides, so the big sides, together. So not the sides with the folded end, the sides without. And you kind of have to use Prit. Unfortunately, you can't use like wood glue or anything else. It just ruins the bow from my experience. Okay, and then you just glue them together. Try and get them square, or as close to square as possible. Okay, so now you've got your semi bow. This would be the legs of the bow. So now what you're going to do is you're going to fold in the wings on this side. So you're just going to do a little something like this, just making sure you get as sharp an edge as you can. So you'll fold it like that, and then you do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and then I'll just show you for the purpose of showing you. So then what you do is once you've got that triangle, it's now cut. So now this is the front of the bow. So you fold it to the back, and then you fold in the one corner just until it makes like a right angle. And then you fold the other corner. Okay. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so there are your legs for your bow. Okay, and then there, just so you can visualize it, so that's how your bow would look if you left the legs. And then you just take these long bits now, and you just gently get them to bend a little bit, and you'll see with the middle bit of the bow, you can stick in this corner, and then you just ease this down. Okay, and we'll just do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so there's your bow all done with legs. So that's how it looks when it's done with legs. For the sake of this project, obviously I'm cutting them off. And there you go. Now you've got another little bow. So that's 2 down. Again, not a tutorial. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. You are more than welcome to look up instructions online. I love making these things. It's a way for me to zone out. They're really cute with and without the legs. I've got 100 and I love each and every one. So I'm going to go ahead now and make the rest of these into bows, and then I will see you after. Okay everyone, so I have got my canvas out and ready. You can see I've sort of lined up the bows. I've had a change of heart of how I was going to do this craft, and now we're going to take a different approach. So before, I was going to stack the bows long ways going down, whereas now I'm sort of liking the minimalist look and the appeal of what's going on here with the bows just going straight up and down the canvas. So I've tried to line them up as straight as I can, and these are the designs I ended up picking of what I made, so I'm very, very happy with them. They're just so pretty. Listen, these would have been cute with legs, but I'm kind of glad I nixed the legs because now it means I can make my vision come to fruition. So I think I've got a good mix there of florals, patterns, and then the color palette, I did want to try and keep it like girly, pinky, purpley. A little bit of greenery is okay. It breaks it up, but I think this is really cute. So I'm going to use be using my hot glue gun, and then I will just be gluing them down. I have checked that they are in line, but we will keep doing that as I am gluing them down, because I do not want anything to be skew. And yeah, I think that looks really cute, and without further ado, let's get into the gluing part. Okay everybody, so I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. Listen, making this was actually so much fun. I have not been able to do a craft from start to finish and completely zone out and be so happy doing it. This is really cute. I'm gonna hang it up now. I've got a spot and everything, but I think that's just so cute, and for me the aesthetic is just so pretty and like feminine and like girly. And yeah, I've been making these origami bows for the longest time, so to be able to do something with them where they can look so pretty is just really nice for me. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe. See you in the next bunny video. Bye everybody.